Hi, my name is Bonetta Spradley, and I am HIV positive and have been for 22 years. Um, I started out being diagnosed because I believe I was a crack addict, and I was not raised that way. Was raised in a home where I had both parents, and they raised me going to church. And um, once I got to an age where my parents let me out of the house, of course, I chose the wrong pathway. However, once I got tired of ripping and running the streets and doing things that I knew that I should not be doing, I went off to Job Corps. And that's where my story began. We had to take a series of tests, and in class one day, they called me to the nurse's station. And once I got there, she shared with me that I was HIV positive. Of course, back then they had no counseling, so she left the room, and I just sat there and contemplated, oh my God, I'm going to die. How am I going to, tell my mom? And, what do I do now? So, call home to tell my mom. Of course, because of the life that I had, she was not surprised. However, she did not say anything negative. We'll handle this, we'll deal with it. And so I stayed there, and I completed my time there at Job Corps. And once I left, I went home to find out that none of the doctors in the area that I lived would see me as a patient. I had to go 30 to 40 miles outside of the city in which I lived. They were afraid that they were going to lose their other patients. And I was diagnosed in 1990 at the age of 19. So in 1990, it was, they're still very fresh, and nobody knew a lot about the virus or how to deal with people, and they still were not sure about how you can contract the virus. So people were still afraid, and I guess just, being cautious. I found my doctor, began to go to the doctor. I had my first near-death experience, and a year later, was in the hospital, had the flu for 7 days, and they thought they were going to lose me. My mom was at home preparing for a funeral, thank God, that never came. They put me on AZT, and the whole time I actually was on AZT, I think that the medication and the side effects from it was more harm to me, or I went through more being on that medication by the side effects than I actually went through with HIV. Needless to say, I eventually got married, I guess 6 years into my diagnosis, or 4 years into my diagnosis, and my first husband was not HIV positive, and thank God still today is not. We end up having 2 daughters, and neither one of my daughters are HIV positive, thank God. They're now 13 and 16, and I shared with them at an early age, and I constantly have to share with them because at that time they were not young enough to really understand, and I kind of raised them, not fast, but giving them a lot of information about different things because I didn't know if I was going to make it. I was married for 11 years, and that marriage did not work because my husband was abusive, and so I could not stay in that marriage. Well, I have married again, and I'm still in another discordant relationship, and he is very loving and caring and understanding, and he backs me 100%, and it's just a positive relationship. I am now working as a medical case manager, helping those that are HIV positive and sharing my story. I put my marriage in the paper, and I also share my experience as far as being HIV positive and letting them know that my husband was HIV negative. I share on many occasions about my children not being HIV positive and how they respond to me being HIV positive. They love me like any other child loves a parent. They don't see a disease. They see me as being mom. And I'm so grateful that prior to me having HIV, I really had no vision in life what I wanted to do. But by the mere fact that I am HIV positive now, it has given me such a profoundness in life, and I actually have something to look forward and waking up doing. So the job that I'm doing now is really not work to me. I'm just so passionate, and I am not judgmental of anyone that has been infected by this disease, and I just see it as us having a commonality. It has brought a lot of people together on so many levels, and I just now want to give back. I want to teach. I want to show love, and any way that I can impact someone's life in regards to this disease, whether you're infected or affected, I just want to be there and do as much as I can. And I don't think people understand what people that have HIV have to endure on a daily basis, not just within themselves, but how we see other people treated. And it's such a sad deal when you see people treating people in such negative ways. Needless to say, we are pulling together in such a way that I think we're showing them how to love. And I'm just so grateful that I'm around a lot of people that have been a great encouragement to me. And I just love being around my sisters and the MSM population and the sex workers and the drug users and those that feel like they didn't fit in the box to contract this virus because it has escaped. But I just love us all, and I just wish that we can all see that we need each other. And it's the only way that we will probably overcome the stigma and all of the ugly things that are happening out there to those that are HIV positive.